Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. I'm your host for Ultimate Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This is season 6, episode 15. I do appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. You can also subscribe, and you can leave your comments below. Now let's get into this episode. Okay, y'all. So we begin the episode. It's a new day. We were only off for a week, but it seems like a lifetime ago. And I'm kind of ready for this season to end. How about you guys? You know, it's just kind of, we're getting into a loop with this show. And I think it has to be said, and something needs to happen quickly, or it's going to become really stale come next season, unfortunately. But we begin with Lisa. Well, Lisa's the first one up and kind of out amongst the home. I think everyone's just waking up. Of course, you know that they were clubbing the night before. Mary didn't go. Some people were fussing about that. I'm like, well, Mary's been to everything else. What? One thing, and then, oh my God, no. I don't want to just say that because I like Mary, but I don't see where Mary is a problem because she did not go, or she's just been this person that's been standoffish. She's been at everything and done everything. And one thing, she's trash. Whatever. Anyways, so Lisa's eating whatever she's eating for breakfast. They brought out one tray of food, and then next thing you know, Angie collides with another waiter, and she gets cut on her lip. So it looks like Angie's quite. It's not accident prone. It's prone mean. Anyways, let's just say accidents find her. An accident hates to see her coming. She cuts her lip. All that good stuff. It wasn't that bad. It looks like she was able to keep going on for the rest of the day. Meredith sits outside, relax and all that good stuff. Lisa joins her. They just have a little small talk about just how they feel, and it's pretty good. The ladies are now getting prepared for a photo shoot, and I thought it was fantastic. It's been better than most of the trip, I think, because it's kind of like, okay, we're doing something luxurious and kind of doing something as a group effort. Everyone's complimenting one another. Nobody's being shady to each other. I know someone made a remark in regards to Mary, because everyone has like a strap gown on with no sleeves, and Mary had sleeves on. People were making little subtle comments about that. I mean, look, the way some of y'all are dragging Pastor Jamal Bryant's new wife and the outfit she just wore over this past weekend. Look, the best I can tell you is how I've been taught: don't let your good be evil spoken of. And just because you're grown to do it, it may not be a good thing for you, particularly as far as your position to do certain things, unfortunately. And that's just the cross you got to bear in some ways. I'm not saying that you need to put on one of those nun outfits or whatnot, but choose what you do carefully, or just be prepared for the backlash. That's all I gotta say. But anyways, Mary had like this gray and yellow. Her color was yellow, I think it was. Yeah, yellow or gold. She had something to complement it so that nothing really looked off. And they were taking their group photo together, and then also individual shots where they have the gowns flowing and all that good stuff. I mean, I think I understand a whole lot more why Mary did have something covering herself up. I mean, y'all saw Heather's have a nip slip. So obviously there's not much there to keep things together. And yeah, let her do it. I don't know who brought it up, but you know them twins, Daphne and Vilma, started saying, oh, look at Meredith. Oh, she's just so calm and just so great. I'm so glad that, not even praising her on her good mood. They were just saying, how long is it going to last? I think, to me, take it in. Take it moment by moment and let it be. Now, if she burst out all of a sudden for whatever reason, then Meredith is cool as a cucumber until you start poking at her. And poking at her at things that she said, don't come to me about. Y'all act like, oh, I just don't know. I don't know about her behavior. You know her triggers and you do it. And then y'all just like, oh. After the photo shoot, now people are wanting to scatter. Some people are going to the spa, and some people are going out to eat. I think I'll go and talk about the ones that went out to eat. It was Mary, Bronwyn, and Whitney. Now, one thing Mary gonna do on the trip is eat. She's actually going to vacation and suck in the luxurious life of being on vacation. Some of the rest of you people are committed to making a show, which is somewhat commendable, but y'all just so weird, and the stuff that y'all want to make the show about just ends up falling flat anyways. I guess A for effort, if you want to say that. But anyway, I don't know how they got on the topic of Meredith. But anyways, they were talking about her good mood and all that. And Mary, out of concern, says, I'm really scared for her. Meredith has a lot of highs, a lot of lows, and mediums. And it's not good. It's something's not right. Whitney says that she has concern, but I know that that's a bunch of BS. She don't care nothing about Meredith. My friend. No, that's not your friend. That's not your friend. Oh, I was really coming out of concern for you because, my father, it was just such a trigger. She mentions again about, I seen the sides with my father, one minute, sometimes he's calm and then he goes into a rage. Meredith is still not reacting for no reason. It's just not like, she's like, hi. What? No. Y'all do stuff to her, antagonize her, and then she reacts. Not saying that is cool behavior. I just need y'all to understand. Like, y'all need to know the part that y'all played in as to why Meredith goes as strong and as hard as she does. You want her to calm down in just a few seconds. Maybe not. That's not the way that she handles things. I don't know. But to just sit up here and just make her think that she's 100% crazy because of, you shouldn't be reacting like that. Well, quit making her react that way. Again, she likes to sit over here and do her thing. Maybe reality TV isn't her thing. I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. But however, nobody really antagonizes you, Whitney. You get away because you're white, you're pretty, your voice, and how your body looks. And nobody really comes at you. Nobody comes at you. And everybody cowers down because of how... that's how you are. But anyways, and Meredith is white too. I know that. But there's a certain type of aesthetic and how they present themselves, people don't really come after. Anyways, so Mary begins to just cry because she knows something is there, but Meredith doesn't want to talk about it. So we know something's there, but we don't know what it is. That's why it's so dangerous to just say that somebody is a druggie and a pill popper and an alcoholic, Whitney. But you're so concerned. You're so concerned. I'm so triggered because of my father. You're a liar. And that's probably why your father stays away from you, because you're a fake person. I was going to say some other stuff, but I'll leave it alone. I better get off of this because I just don't like Whitney whatsoever. She's another one that's able to put these labels on people when she really should be punched in her mouth. And for this particular thing, I'm not here to be politically correct. It's time for someone to really check Whitney. It don't have to be a punch, but it may be the only thing that will get her to shut the F up on people and the stuff that she does. Okay. So then Bronwyn, it is so hard to go for you. Because why would you choose this route? You start talking about, well, I didn't really want to go this route, but over a year ago I was in New York with Todd and we ended up seeing Seth and all that, and then we saw him out to dinner with a woman, and it just seems like she really reacts when you start talking about her family or marriage. Then y'all need to quit bringing it up. It's just like she's afraid of something. Bronwyn, you get mad when people start talking about your husband farting while kissing someone. Why would you go down this route? Meredith has done nothing to you. And why are you bringing this up now? Anyways, Meredith went on the timeline because somebody brought up what Bronwyn said. And she said that he was with 4 other guys and all that. There was no woman there. Da 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 da. I think it's just crazy to keep harping on the same subject, and y'all just are just trying to make something stick. Unless y'all get some photos or something to let us know of what's going on with Seth Marks, then we don't need to hear it. Just like on another show I watch. Whether I believe it or not, who cares? Yeah, Bronwyn, if they come at you hard next season, I can't blame them, because you are wishy-washy. And then you're going to find some way to try to weasel yourself out of it. Sometimes you own it, but it's just like, in the stuff that you do, but at the same time, it's just like, why would you bring that up like that? But anyways, Mary's like, I don't know how to help her. I mean, they were talking about, well, she doesn't even remember some of the things she does, so it's just like something's there. Whatever. We're going to move on to the spa, because I spent way too much time, because I always am going to have some type of vitriol for Whitney Rose. We move on to the spa. Everyone's there. They're getting in this very hot, temperatured water. Brittany gets in and she starts splashing the ladies, their hair and all that good stuff. And some of the ladies are getting on her, like, look. Angie said, what are you doing? I just had to get my hair done and all that stuff. And they talk about it a little bit more. She's like, what? You know, I'm just a fun. You know, I was just trying to, she ends up saying a little bit later, I was just trying to lighten the mood. What mood? We're in a spa where we are relaxing. That's something you do out at the pool. So anyways, they get out there. I don't know how the conversation went. I can't even remember. Because they got out there, they start talking about the hair. And then somehow Brittany says, well, I'm just upset that nobody's even comforting me because I didn't even receive a text from Olivia. What? What? And Meredith says, so you want comfort and all that stuff, but you had me on the grinder because of how I felt about my child and children that I hadn't been able to speak to? And now you want comfort when you've been an absentee mother for years because you chose a man over your... And Lisa said, well, you've been a bad, and I'm paraphrasing, you've been a bad mom. It's because of your choices. You can't go there. Well, we're going by what you told us. So there's more to the story, Brittany? Because I don't know if you know this, about a week or so ago, TMZ broke a story about her ex-husband. This is the second one. The one that she dropped her children to go be with and rub up and down her stepchildren, his children, to try to be with this man. I guess that this dude has some type of domestic violence stuff going on regarding to her. I forgot the whole story, but that was part of the story that was in TMZ. Unfortunately, I don't care. I don't care. You presented stuff to try to make you get noticed on this TV, and you made yourself look like a fool. And you want people to sympathize with you. Sympathize with you about leaving your own children. Shut the F up. Yours was different. You were deflecting. Even though y'all knew Meredith's mood from the time that she got up to be around you itches. She told you what she was feeling, and now she's deflecting because y'all really want to beat her into submission and to take accountability for whatever happened on this plane. She tried to have a conversation with Heather alone. She don't want it. So, hey. And now it's just like, no, you're going to do it this way. And Meredith said no. So, no. So, anyways, Meredith at this point is just done. Angie feels, well, we've been having a good day, and now Brittany has antagonized her. She said, Angie was talking about her hair and what it takes to get her hair done and all that good stuff. I put a bunch of products in my hair to make it look good. Your hair looks the way it does, and mine looks the way it does. Lord Jesus. Hers looks good. I think Lisa said yours looks synthetic. Mine's not synthetic. But then we see you in the confessional, you done chopped your hair. So was that all your hair, ma'am? I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Anyways, what's next? They go home, well, not go home, they go back to the living quarters for this vacation trip, and then Whitney tells Heather in regards to how Mary feels about Meredith and how the concern, and Heather's like, see, I'm so glad someone else feels the way. No, Heather, that's not what was. You've been only on this plane trip. You have not been concerned about Meredith. You have just wanted to go ham on this girl because of how you say that she has made Brittany feel and harassed Brittany. So stop it. Y'all are really weird. So you think that the next time that you start talking about Meredith, you'll be able to gang up and also bring Mary into it. But I know Mary's not going to fall into that stupid ish. So they're on the Sprinter van headed to dinner. I have no clue why Lisa did this. Lisa starts talking to Brittany about, I forgot what it was and why. They started talking about the last trip that they went on. And saying, Brittany, well, I heard that you were vomiting, drinking, and then vomiting and drinking some more. Who told you that? What do you mean? And then, Lisa, you were egging it on that possibly that Brittany is an alcoholic. Heather's like, sounds like a girl's trip to me. Not after what I heard what you did in BravoCon, Heather, and what Mary's already exposed about you as being an alcoholic, but nobody stays on you whatsoever. Nobody. No, don't try to defend that in that way. Who told you that? I was just hearing it in conversation. Lisa said, you know exactly. Then we get a flashback that Meredith said that she heard that this was what was going on. We get to dinner at a good restaurant, looked like a good restaurant. And Brittany brings it back up with Lisa. Like, who was saying all this stuff about my drinking and saying I'm an alcoholic? I didn't call you an alcoholic. And then she was saying stuff about alky and all that stuff. She said, oh, I was just doing that as a joke or whatever. And then, of course, everyone wants to take it literal. Unfortunately, Lisa, I can't take up for that, even though I don't like Brittany, whatever. But you shouldn't throw that out there, even in a joking gesture, especially with this group of people. But anyways, Meredith confesses that I told her what I heard. Well, who did you hear it from? I'm not at liberty to say. I'm not saying it. Would it have been from my... my roommate? Brown in her confessional saying, I said something, but it wasn't like that, so I can't confess to that. Unfortunately, Brown, at this point, I can't believe you. I can't believe you because you always join the train of possibly bonding with these women by throwing people under the bus. And at that point, you and Meredith did team up on that boat. And y'all did all those things to Brittany. I don't believe you, bro. I don't believe you. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, it's just like I actually just want to purely defend you, but I can't do it anymore. Y'all see how I'm not being as biased as I want to be? I can't even do it. There's nothing I can find to muscle up to try to defend you in this. I just don't believe you. Whitney's feeling away because why are y'all throwing out all these words? Because when I say it, y'all got a problem. There's a hypocrisy and double standard going on. It kind of became a conversation of double standards. Heather speaking up for Brittany, and then Mary was like, well, you're being her mouthpiece. Am I? I'm not being her mouthpiece. I'm just saying. Like, well, why don't she stand up for herself? Now, if you watch when Heather was talking with Mary, she made sure that she watched her tone. Mary got her in check, and it's good. You need to respect people if you're going to talk to me anyways. I'm glad. But anyway. So then, yeah, it's all about being a double standard. And then she said when people defend Brittany, it's different from when Lisa defends Meredith. How? But Lisa cut her off right after that. And then Whitney got upset right away. Do I understand? Because she does want to talk. And Lisa has this way of cutting off people. She does. Do I? I get it, and I can't argue with that. But no. Brittany can fend for herself. She wants to be on the show so bad. She wanted the snowflake. She was willing to look like a worse fool this season than she did last season. Let her earn her keep. In your confessionals, Heather, when she started splashing people, Brittany's just being Brittany, and I don't think people really like that too much, as far as you knew that Brittany was out of line for what she was doing there. But now it's time to speak up for her. But somehow, Meredith doesn't need any defense at all. That's not cool whatsoever. And you are the captain of the Pink Ladies. Pink Ladies is from Greece, if you ever watched that movie. One of my favorite musical movies. Anyways, but yeah, it kind of ended right there because I guess the owner of the restaurant ended up kicking them out. And Angie, with your crazy self, you're kicking us out? This is my country. What are you talking about? If that's not the whitest woman thing that I ever seen, come on, Karen. Oh my gosh. You're kicking me out of my country. This is my country. What do you mean? Lord, say you're MAGA and not say that you're not MAGA. Say you're MAGA without saying that you're MAGA. Make Greek great again. So anyways, that was the end of it. Anyways, there wasn't much, even though I talked a lot because I always go on a tangent with Daphne and Velma. I wish they would go. But anyways, tell me what y'all thought of this episode. I appreciate everyone that came to my channel and stuck around. Like, comment, subscribe. And until the next one, peace.